Read this. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope it's audible enough. Right. Okay. So, welcome to the workshop. Today's session is about Turnitin basics and plagiarism, as we do usually every year. And as Dr. Osana said, we also have added a small part of digital ethics, which is something new field which is coming up. We'll take it at the end. So we'll start with the Turnitin, plagiarism, and similarity. So in this workshop, we are going to learn about adding a Turnitin-based assignment in Moodle. Why we prefer to use Moodle? Because what happens that in Moodle, we can remove the students by ourselves. If we do the same on Turnitin, then every teacher will have to remove the students every time so that we can have more students. Since Turnitin has a limit set by HEC since they are paying it. So that's why we prefer that on Moodle, because from Moodle, our administration can actually remove the students by themselves after the semester so that we have free spaces for them. So that's why we will learn it through Moodle only and not in Turnitin directly. Though as a teacher, you can use Turnitin by yourself by quick submit feature. So second is the various settings of Turnitin assignment, how we have to set the assignment in Turnitin so that we can get the best results. And what is similarity and what is plagiarism? We just talk about it. And role of the faculty, how faculty have to play the role. What is Turnitin? It's basically an online tool which help us in finding out the similarity of any of the content that we upload on it with any of the content that is available online, and Turnitin database can access it. It's also almost working LMS, but we cannot use it as LMS since its price is pretty high and HEC paid it limited. So we do have a limited access. Otherwise, it has gradebook and all other features just like our LMS. So why we need to check similarity? Because according to the HEC requirement and requirement of all the publication houses like the journal publishers, the book publishers, and everyone, we have to check any content that we submit for publication, sharing with the world, for its similarity with other types of research or book. I mean, say creative material like books, etc., and everything. So, what happens that HEC, in particularly, if we are talking about education, HEC has set some limits that we can. I mean, how much similar our work could be with other works which are available online. Now, HEC has set this limit to, previously it was 17% or less than 17%. Now it is less than 19%. If it is 19 or more, it means that there is more chance that our work is somehow used without giving sufficient enough credit to the author, the right author. So plagiarism is, if we define it briefly, it is using someone's work without giving the due credit. So we can use the work, but we have to modify it. And if you are using it exactly like definitions, like formulae in mathematics, statistics, the definition in English or Urdu or other disciplines, we can simply give a reference, proper reference, and we can use it as such. But mostly, remaining work, we have to write it in our own words. Now, how Turnitin help us? Turnitin checks all your written work, text, book, not right now pictures, but maybe in future pictures also, against any work that is available online. That is important. Why I'm saying this again and again, it cannot compare your writing with any work that is not available online. For example, if it is copied from very old book or any book like some of the intermediate books or other books published by the Punjab Textbook Board or so are not available online. So if someone is taking the material from those books which are not online, this database is not going to help you. Okay. So sometimes our students used to do that, but luckily now those books are also available online, so we can check the content too. Number 3, it checks your work for similarity with any other works or internet. Now, similarity is not plagiarism always. Okay, this is very important. So, number one. Every similarity is not plagiarism. For example, if we have a definition, we have mathematical formula. In biology, if I say gene sequences in human beings will always be the same. Many of the gene sequences in animals and even with humans and animals, these will be the same. So various things which are similar are not plagiarized. This is an important point. Sometimes it could be an unavoidable similarity like a mathematical formula, a definition in biology or English, or many more things. So it is the instructor's responsibility, teacher's responsibility to see if similarity is plagiarism or not. I always share a case with the because I'm doing this session for so many years now. One of my student, she was not my research student, but she just came to me kind of all in tears that my teacher found 70% similarity of my work with the online content. So it's highly plagiarized. Okay. So can you help me in a way? So I said, okay, sit back and relax and let's see. So I have checked that work and I have seen that all that similarity was about the genetic codes. That was unavoidable because genetic codes all over the world, they're the same. Okay. And it was unavoidable. So we have some options which are called, sorry, I think I've, yes. So we have an option of filters in Turnitin. We can filter out certain sources from Turnitin to remove such kind of issues. And it is the instructor's responsibility to actually decide that which content is, for example, we want to remove a mathematical formula. See, if my student is working on a disease or something, and that disease name is repeated again and again and again and again, like diabetes, say type 2 diabetes mellitus. Now, type 2 diabetes mellitus will be cited in maybe thousands or maybe hundreds of thousands of sources. Now, if I have set my limits, then my students will be maybe 70, 80, 90% plagiarized again because it is used in one source, two source, three source, and 1% will add up. Okay. So I can remove that by filters. So filters are most important thing that the instructors should know. So what are the HEC's guidelines? HEC do have a 3-page guideline about how to use Turnitin. This is the link where it is available. I have copied a few important sections of it. So number one, HEC is there, says that similarity index of the originality report that is given to us by Turnitin is showing matches of submitted work with internet content. It is not verdict. It is not verdict that document with high similarity index is plagiarized. As I have said, the work was saying 70% plagiarism. When we have removed the gene sequence part of it, then it was 10%. This much difference could be there just due to a few settings. Now, there are many more points, but more important ones. So the similarities in the document may contain matches with the author's previous work. It may be ignored if it is the same work. Now, sometimes what happens that, for example, if our student publishes a thesis, but before that, they already have published a research paper out for the thesis, maybe more than one. Now, there is a possibility that the work that students have published online, like 2 research or maybe more than, if in the case of a PhD thesis, maybe 3 or 4 research papers, then our thesis will show similarity with those also. And of course, we can ignore them, remove them from the sources, and our plagiarism, say, percentage will be the right one. Then, third important point is this, that if the report has similarity index of less than equal to 19%, then benefit of doubt may be given to the author. But there's a condition that in case any single source has similarity index should be more than or equal to 5% without citation, then it need to be revised. So, well, when Turnitin is showing the result, just show you the report in a while, it give us multiple sources and also give percentage from each source. So what happens from a single source? It shouldn't be 5%, less, more than 5%, 5% or even 5%. Okay. Now, this is the same principle which is applied to the AI content because AI sources are also 1 or 2 that people use like ChatGPT or whatever. And AI is considered to be a single source. So that's why AI content should be pretty lower. Though now Turnitin shows AI as a separate index. Now, how to add an Turnitin assignment? Now, what happened that in the Moodle, before some time, the this Turnitin assignment thing was not working. So I just have used all the PowerPoints where all the steps are there, and I'm not demonstrating it live because internet may be slower. It will take more time. So let's go fast here. Step one. I think everyone is aware of Moodle already. Okay. So you have to go to login. You'll see your password and name thing. Now you have to select the course where you have to go. In the current layout, we have to actually go to the edit mode. We'll see our detail here. You can see, maybe you can see the weeks. It will depend on how you have settled your Moodle. Maybe you see the blocks here, or maybe you see the titles. I have set that as a list, so I have parts of the list here. So when I am in edit mode, you can see various things which are now editable. So I have, for example, I have an assignment section, an activity section. Here I want to add an assignment. So now we have to click on add an activity or resource. We will have to decide, go for a Turnitin assignment. Now it says Turnitin assignment 2. In the current Moodle setting, it says Turnitin assignment 2. You can add that to the favorite if you want to do, you will go faster there. Now we have to click this blue button add. Here we have to set the details. So here you have to give the name, any description, the detail. You can check this one if you want to display that on course page. Then here you can see what kind of submission is required. So when we click it open at the list down menu, then we will see what kind of upload we want. Do we want a text submission, like student have to enter the text like by copy and paste mode, or maybe we want a file upload. It's our total choice. If it is a short assignment, we can take it as a text assignment, like student have to enter the text. Well, I should not go to the Moodle because it will waste time. But in the text mode, we should ask the students that first of all, save your material and then copy and paste it to the Moodle. Otherwise, sometimes it is lost. Moodle, yes. Yes, it's a better option to upload the file over there. The Word file, PDF file, many formats. You can select any format. I would suggest that you go for a file upload. So then we have to select how many files you want them to upload. Just one file, two files, up to 20. Limit is up to 20 files. Like for example, if we do not want to check their bibliographic material, references, etc. For plagiarism, say similarity, not say plagiarism, I say similarity, for similarity, then we ask them to upload it as a separate file. So you should check, we can check their content only and not the references or bibliography. So we can select this. Then we can also decide the file size. For example, if you do not want our student to upload very large files, we can also select the size, how big file should be. One important thing is this, that this help icon will always help you. Whenever you are confused about something, just roll over your mouse over it and you will get the what it does for you. So then second thing is that you can also set that students can see the original report or not. Sometimes teachers want that just we'll get the report and we'll grade them. But I would suggest that we shouldn't be that harsh on them. And we should allow them to make a report and see it and resubmit it if there's too much, say, plagiarism, copied material similarity or what. So they could see the report before the deadline and they can resubmit it. So there's our options for that. So we can say yes. Yes means that student can see their report. No means that they cannot see, only we can see. Yes.
Twice or thrice?
To my understanding, when they overwrite it, I think we cannot find out, but it does not give us details. The Moodle give us the details, but Turnitin does not. So to my understanding, it will not tell us. Okay, so there are more advanced options. If you want to go for advanced options, and I suggest that everyone should go, then we will see this. Now, this is very important thing, the repository option. Okay. Oh, sorry, I forgot. So this one, we can select the option, say generate report immediately. Reports can be overwritten until the due date. If we select it, then students can see the report and they can resubmit. But if we say that generate report immediately, student cannot overwrite the content, then they will not be able to overwrite it. They can see the report, what I've done, but they can't, we can say rewrite it. So this is the most important one. What happens that if we add anything to the HEC repository, it is very, very difficult for our Turnitin administrator to get it removed from there. We have to contact again and again and again, and they give you a lot of trouble. Otherwise, what will happen whenever you generate a new report, you will get 100% or 90% or whatever similarity. Okay. So always select that no repository option that is best for your student and you yourself, of course. Then there are multiple options you can select by yourself. You can see. I would like to mention one here, which says that how many words you want to remove from. See, I mentioned type 2 diverticulitis. So if I say that if a similarity is just of 2 words, here you can see words. You can also see percent if you just simply go to drop down. Here you can mention words. So if it is 2 word similarity, I will say remove it from the similarity. So that will be 2 words will not be taken as a similarity by Turnitin then. We can also select that if it is less than 1%. So if rather than words here, we select percent by clicking this menu or open this menu and do it, then we can select less than 1%, say 1%, say 2%, or whatever you want, according to that. Then if any source is showing similarity of 1% or less, then it will not be added to the similarity. So we can play with these different modes. And one more thing, whenever we do something, we can always reverse it. We have option in the filters that see, for example, I have removed 1%. Okay. Now it will not show us any source that shows 1% similarity, but we can go back to filter anytime and add it again. There's a possibility. After that, we have to this save and display, and we will see the assignment like this. It will show us this the assignment part 1 or 2 or whatever. If no parts, then just one file, the start date, the due date, the post date. And later on, if we want to assign the marks, these will be showed over here. There's another pencil sign which is added. If you want to edit something like delete some work or whatever, if for example, a student says you do not allow them to delete, but you can delete by yourself, they request and you want to delete, you can do that. There's a possibility. Now how it will be shown, like for example, if these are my students, like I just copied it. I think I should have covered it, but anyway, I forgot it. There are no submissions here. We go to the submission inbox. If there are submissions, we will see like this. This much similar, 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 so on and so on. This is the percent similarity. Now, if we click on this percent similarity, our report will open. That will be the originality report. We see it like this, and this will open in a separate new window. You can see it like this. Here you can see how many percent it is related. Here you can see comments. If you want to give some, say, I would say ready-made comments. If you want to give some comments about the assignment to the student, you can just click and comment will be added. Okay. Next, if you click any of these colors, like it is showing something in color, you can see pink. If you go down, you'll see more colors. One color is showing one source. One color is showing one source, right? So we can see that, for example, from source number 1, it's only 1% similar. To source 2, it is again 1% similar. We can open any of these sources to see the details. This is first one. This is this third one. I've just copied a few. And what you can see here, diabetes mellitus, type 2 diabetes. This 1% is about these two words again and again and again and again. If I want to remove them, then all these 1% sources will be gone, removed. Okay. So now what happens that here comes the role of the instructor, which is most important thing in taking a decision. Okay. Now teachers can decide which matches may be removed. For example, if you want to remove a source, for example, this one, we click it. Down there, here we can see the filter part on the base. So when we click a source, we will see its detail. And here you can see a button of say exclude resource. If you want to exclude this resource, then it will be removed for the total similarity. So if we click it, it will be removed. But what happened that all these still will be stored somewhere at a recycle bin. And if you want to restore a particular resource, here you will see button which says restore. If you have removed sources, it will show this button restore. So when you click this, this is the icon. Here, the little small one, this one, this ball is basically the button which says the restore. So when you click it, you will see all those sources which were removed. Now, if you want to, for example, restore just this one, you click this and you say restore. This will be restored back and you will see all the similarities at the same place. If you want to restore all, then now in which situation you may need to use this. For example, if you are publishing a research paper, in that case, what is going to happen that they want your complete report without using any filters. These filters we are authorized to use for our students' work only. But if you are submitting it like for publication, publisher want just your initial report. They are not, they do these filter thing by themselves. So we can check, we can apply filters for our own satisfaction that if they remove certain things, what will be the similarity? But when we have to submit the report to the publisher, we have to restore all those sources and give the initial report to them. They generally require and ask for this. So that's why we need to sometimes remove the resources and restore them all. So this restore all button is very helpful because at that time we need not to do it again and again and again and again. For all the sources, we just say restore all will be restored. So this will save time. Now, so this was the Turnitin part. Now, this little thing Dr. Oksana asked me to add here because there's a free course on digital ethics because these days we are digital citizens. We are living in a digital world everywhere. Everyone you see is on their phone or the internet and laptop all the time. So how to use it responsibly? So I was one of them who actually registered for that and want to know about that. It yet has to be started. Okay, but Dr. Sana says that you give an introduction to that. So I just gone through a few courses on Coursera which were free and we could use those. So I just have learned a few things, and a mention of just 2-3 minutes. That's all. So what's digital ethics? Basically, it is the responsible and moral use of digital technology. Responsible moral use of digital technology. Now, it could be divided further into various disciplines, but I just want to, there are many definitions for it. I just want to give the definition taken from Google. And it said that digital ethics or electronic ethics, it refers to the moral principles and standards governing the ethical behavior and responsibilities of individuals, organizations, and governments in the digital realm. Says now, what are various parts of digital ethics? We use various things like we use data. Most important thing is the data. Whenever we make an account, we make a social media account on social media platform, we design a page, we are making an Instagram page or make a Facebook page or a group or something, we share the data. So most important ethics is about that data. Now, how the story has started. In 2018, there was a huge data breach in US where some company or someone has used the data of the customers for giving to the third parties, and based upon that, they have manipulated voters in US. Huh? This this is I don't do not like to mention the details of company like that. This has happened. An incident has happened in 2018. That's, yeah, you must be knowing that. So I don't want to mention it here. There could be concerns over there because it's recorded online. So I don't want them to, attack on me like that. So whatever. So there was an incident. So people got concerned about the data, but we know that whenever you go on a website, now it asks you for cookies. They are taking up your data, right? You can select a few things, but still, even when we have a SIM, mobile SIM, after some time has passed, we start getting those advertisements from various sources. How we are getting those? Because they are sharing our data with them. Even we didn't allow them, right? So the data, the privacy and the data collection, this is very important to protect the personal information. For that, the organizations are responsible. They should have strong rules. If they share this data without permission, that would be important. Then second is security, the hacking and cyber crimes, etc. We know that this is a very common thing. Then one more very important thing, that is the AI ethics. AI ethics. We use AI again and again, various sources. Now, how we are going to use that? Are we using it as our own creative product? Sometimes we are allowed to do that. Why? Because we have bought a license. And that license, you should read the details of the license always, that which things do they allow you to do. For example, if you have created a content like a diagram, by giving it prompts again and again and again and again, at the end, software allows you, that company allows you to use it as your own product. You can sell it, you have all rights in it because you have used their software to design it, just like any other thing, any other software. But the product is your own because you just have used it as a tool and you did all the prompting by yourself. So those are AI ethics. But there are, of course, for example, um, for AI developers, it's more important. What happens that when we develop any kind of content, there are bias and there are unfair decisions and there are various unfair things which they tell us and we believe. Because this AI is developed by someone and data was added to it by people. Now, if those people have some kind of bias in their mind, or one more thing, they even do not have bias, but they do not know certain things like cultural norms. Like maybe some kind of, I would say, religious or other kind of things. Okay. Uh, if they are not knowing that, they're not adding that to their data, then the result you will see will have bias. Okay. And if you take your own decision based upon that, that will be unfair. Just like that, for example, Asian data is missing in certain things. And whenever I am also a user of ChatGPT. I have paid them and I got a license for that, the basic one, just to know about it. And of course, I fairly use it in my teaching, like making different diagrams and other things that I don't find online. So I thought I should invest in my teaching also. Okay, I like it, so I spend on it. So what happens that time to time, they ask me to decide and give my feedback. So I understand that as an Asian, my feedback will be different from those people who are in different cultures in different areas. They want my feedback to update the things, and I can also see the results. If I give my feedback, I can see it is expressed in their next results they are giving to me. So the developers also have to do this. Then the online behavior. Respect others and no bullying. Simply, digital footprints. Think before posting. Whatever you post will go online. And what is online is out of your hands. Like particularly the pictures, the videos, things like that. And I would say about us, more than that, about others. Because it can sometimes ruin someone's life if you do something wrong about. So then data ownership is another one. This is control how data is used. For example, we can do the cookie settings. We say cookie setting, these things would be used, these things could not be. I allow these cookies, not these ones. Can do that. And now academic integrity in digital learning. What's more concerned to us as an education community? So in education, digital ethics is extremely important, particularly in online education if it is, but in our case also. Avoiding plagiarism, number one, people use ChatGPT again and again, so they should do it by giving us prompts. We have policies, etc. We should have those. The cheating in online exams. If we keep something online, it happens like this. Using AI tools for learning, but not for dishonesty. Then submitted copied assignments or using unfair means violate academic ethics and damages students' credibility. And one more thing I'll say, if we talk about equality and equity, that's also important. Like I have a paid service of ChatGPT. It will provide me with I would say an advantage. If one student is having, the other student cannot have it due to financial means, then there will be no equality, equity. It's a like thing. So this is also important. We should consider that also. Yes. Yes, sir.
You mentioned the paid version of ChatGPT. We have a version of Copilot which comes through FC and through HSC.
From HSC.
Does it have same kind of capability, or is it less in capability?
I would say it has different kind of capability. I also have used it. This is very capable in terms of, like, for example, if you have unpaid version of ChatGPT, you can't make like picture diagrams, things like that. While that Copilot will do that for you. Copilot will quote more sources in comparison to ChatGPT. These are very different models. At I wouldn't say that someone is superior. I would say they are different. Copilot will help you in different things, and ChatGPT will help you in different things.
But you will like recommend if we can getting a paid version of ChatGPT if we need.
It depends. It depends upon your use. Like for example, I teach a subject in which I have to make a lot of diagram and flowcharts to explain to the students. If I try to draw them on board, it will waste a lot of time, double, triple time. And I cannot find that content online. If I see some content that has mistakes, I have a deeper understanding of the subject, and I know there are mistakes in those things, and I want the correct version to show to my students. So that's why I thought to just buy it, at least for the semesters. So, clear? Anything else? Okay. So this was all about it. I just thought I should also, these are developed by ChatGPT, so I should mention it, that what ChatGPT have taken it. Okay. So your passwords, your logins, your keys, your online privacy, your protection, your data, and what are various things in AI, privacy by design, fairness and inclusion, robustness, safety and security, accountability, etc., etc. And this is the policy area. Ultimately, what we have to do, we have to make policies. Like in our department, KM School of Life Sciences, we have a unified policy decided by all of the faculty in Board of Studies. And we have decided this is our policy of AI for assignments. And we have done. So if you want to implement something, you should have policies. That's it. So we have to be responsible citizens in a digital world. That's that note. Thank you. Any questions or concerns, or want to talk about something? Open for discussion. I know it's a short time because of the digital ethics, it became long. So, but still, I'm open to stay here. Because in my classroom, I always allow my students, you can ask question wherever you want. So sometimes it becomes a discussion forum, another classroom. Yeah.
But we heard that the number of times that you upload the assignment again and again on Turnitin, that really affects the similarity index. So is that true?
It could be true if it is somehow added to repository of any type, like an FCC repository or in any other repository. If it is added to the repository, then it is true. Otherwise, not. That's all. Yes. Mm.
Okay, so I have a question regarding ChatGPT and Copilot. So I've been using ChatGPT a lot, but the issue is that I find it a little unreliable as compared to Gemini.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's
Okay.
true.
Because the thing is that even if I give the same prompt to ChatGPT, it gives me starkly different answers again and again. So, how can we make sure that if students are using AI, they're using it responsibly and it's giving them actually some benefit and not ruining them?
Yes, that's a very good question. And I always address that in my classes by giving my students assignments that they have to check online and on different platforms like Gemini, like Copilot, like ChatGPT, and ask them to compare this with each other and compare this with any content given to you by Google. You simply Google something, right? You'll also get results. These things only summarize the results, right? Now, if you go to a right source by the Google, like a book, for example, a published book or something, those are definitely, and you check it for the corrections, then I would say that ChatGPT is less reliable in giving you the summaries and everything in comparison to Gemini, not by Copilot. Copilot will give you much less details. That's the trouble. This is the same trouble with the Gemini. Because Gemini also give you, I have to decide between Gemini and Copilot, which I have to buy, right? So why I decided ChatGPT? Because it give you detailed results and it modifies it very soon. Like I thought to test it for after giving it a Punjabi word, that is tell me the translation of this into English. It didn't know that. It gave all the wrong answer, right? Because I knew that already. I have tested. Okay. So, but the first time, after a few days, I thought, let's test again. Now I have asked the same question again, same, and it answered correctly. So it learns, right? That was something which was new to it. It didn't know anything about it. That was totally wrong. Gemini give you a very brief answer, though it gives you sources. And sometimes this can cause little trouble. Secondly, the images generated by Gemini are less superior than ChatGPT. If you want to. Though for images, the best one is Firefly. But in Pakistan, unfortunately, you can't easily purchase it. I have tried so hard and ultimately arms down, because I couldn't buy it by any source. I mean, any legal source, any legal source. Though illegally you can get it. So ultimately, I got it. So I would say that all of these are different from each other. Everyone has their own advantages and disadvantages, and you have to, if you want to pay for it, you have to decide according to your use. So I was concerned for images, diagrams for my PowerPoints for my students. That's why I have selected ChatGPT. So they are all different, have their own minuses like that. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm here still if you have any questions, but I think people have classes. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.